Open up Atmel Studio. Okay. Okay. Now, if we want to create a new project, we have to go to File, New, Project. Right. There we have to select GCC C executable project. Okay. And we have to give it a name. Let's say first Atmel project. First Atmel project, and I'm fine with the location. If you want to change the location, you can change the location. Click OK, and then it will direct you to selection of the microcontroller. So you select Atmega here, and then it will give a list of Atmega processors. So you have to select Atmega 328P, this one. Right? And here you can find a list of debugging tools as well. Since we don't have any debugging tools, whatever the debugging we will do using our simulator. So you can use all these debugging tools if you want to do on-chip debugging. I will talk about it later. Okay, and then it will load all the tool chains required. Okay, now it has already loaded the sample project here. Right. So Atmega 328P microcontroller, we typically run at 16 megahertz. Right. For that, we have to set the microcontroller speed. We do that by writing hash define f_CPU. That is the directive. This CPU is the directive for microcontroller speed. So 16 million means 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 16 megahertz, and UL, that is unsigned long. Okay. So now what are we going to do? We'll try to write that simple program, the example program that we have in Arduino development boards, the LED blink example. So for that, what do we have to do? We have to decide on which pin that we are connecting the LED to, and we have to switch on the LED, wait for a while, switch off the LED, and wait for a while, again switch on the LED, and likewise we have to continue that, right? So how many registers are associated with the port? Typically, three. So what are the three registers associated with the port? What are the three registers associated with the port? Input, output, and data direction, right? Input port, output port, and the data direction port, right? So if we are to blink the LED, we have to set the data direction of the port which is attached to the LED as output, right? So what else do we need? So we have to have some kind of a mechanism to create a delay when we, in between, in fact, on and off and back again, off and on, right? So how do we do that? For that, there is a function called delay, which is not good in regular programs, but for this particular simple program, we are going to use that delay function as well. So I have already discussed this part. So now, for now, in the Arduino development board, there is an LED attached to port B pin 5, port B pin 5, which is the 13th pin of the development board. In the microcontroller, it is port B pin 5. There's an LED attached. Either you can use that LED, but if you are using a simulator like Proteus simulator, this LED is not available. So you have to attach external LED to this port if you want to test it. So I'm going to use this particular port, port B pin 5. So the pin out looks like this. So in the development board, this 13th pin is the pin which is attached to the onboard LED. But if you don't want to use the onboard LED, you can attach an LED outside. I mean, you can attach an LED to any of these digital output ports, but right now I'm going to use this pin number 13, which is the port B pin 5, right? Port B pin 5. Now, first we have to set the data direction, right? First we have to set the data direction, and then in this code, I think I have set the data direction. Okay, that is one important thing again. We have discussed already in PIC microcontrollers, if we want to set the data direction as output, we set the particular data direction bit of the port as 0. If you want to make it as input, we are going to set it as 1, right? Output corresponds to 0, input corresponds to 1 in PIC microcontrollers. But if it is Atmel microcontrollers, if we want to set a particular pin as output, we have to set the data direction to 1. And if we want to set it to input, we have to set the data direction to 0. It's the reverse of the PIC microcontrollers, right? So in the PIC microcontrollers, data direction registers were TRIS, T-R-I-S, TRIS registers, right? In Atmel microcontrollers, data direction registers are called DDR. It is pretty straightforward, DDR, data direction register, right? So if it is the port B data direction register, that is DDR B, right? Now I have to set my port B pin 5 as output, right? Port B pin 5 as output. So how am I going to do that? Let me change this to the other screen again. Okay. Now I'm going to set my data direction register of port B, DDR B, as port B pin 5 as output, right? So data direction registers pin 5 I have to set as output. So I can say either 0D, 00, output is correspond to 1, right? So 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, right? If I set like this, so the 0th bit is input, first bit is input, second bit is input, third bit is input, fourth bit is input, fifth bit is 1 means output, sixth bit is input, seventh bit is input, right? We can do it like this if we want, right? So you can assign a value as 0B if it is a binary value in this particular IDE, or else we can say, if I want to do the same thing, DDRB equal to 0x, that is in hexa, right? 0x20, right? So these 4 values are 0, correspond to 0, and these 4 values corresponds to 2, right? 0, 0, 1, 0, that is 2, 2, 0. So 0 bit 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, or DDRB equals 0x20. Now, when I do this, there can be a problem. Can you think about it? Like, what is the problem if I do like this? I mean, of course, this will work. So what can be the problem now? So what is the problem if we do it like this? Now, for this kind of a small program, this is okay, right? Doing this way is okay. Now, if we do like this, now I just want to set this port B pin number 5 as output, but at the same time, I'm changing the values of the others as well, right? I'm changing the values of the others as well. But I don't want to do that. I just want to change only one pin, right? For that, if I want to make something to 1, what I can do is I can O with 1, right? So that is DDRB, data direction register B, O equals to, that means data direction register equal to, let's do it like this, DDRB is equal to DDRB O 0B 001 00000, right? If I do like this, now this will O its value with the existing value, right? So since these rest of the bits are 0, when you O with 0, the value won't change, right? Only when this value is 1, that particular one will change to 1, right? So now assume this one's value is let's say, let me take this pen. Let's say my value was 0 B 1 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 or something like that. So let's assume this is the value in DDRB right now, right? Let's say if this is the value right now, 0 B 1 1 0 1 0 1 0 1. Now I want to change this particular bit to 1, right? I want to change this particular bit to 1, not the rest, right? For that, I can O this with 0B, right? 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 0, right? If I O with this, now since these are 0, none of these will change, right? Because when you O with 0, it won't change. So this will be 1, this will be 0, this will be 1, this will be 0, and this will be 1, right? And when I O with 1, irrespective of the value of this one, this will become 1, right? Irrespective of value of this one, this will become 1. And again, when this is 0, this value will remain 1. When this is 0, this value will remain 1 when you do O. So, right, it will become 0B 1 1 1 1 0 1 0 1, right? So now my this bit 5 has become 1, right? So that is how we make a bit 1, right? Now this particular one, DDRB equal to DDRB O 0B 001 00000, we can write it in short form as, right? I can write it in short form as DDRB O equal to this, right? So there is a short form of writing that. Right? Okay, that is the first step. Now we have set the data direction, right? We have set the data direction. So what is next? What is the next step? First, we will now when it comes to the while loop, it will keep on running in the while loops. So first we'll set the value of the pin as 1. That means I'm going to set the value of the pin as high. So for that, I'm going to change port B equals to 0B 001 0000, right? If I do this, fifth pin will be 1 and rest will be 0. But now why still for this one also we don't have to change all the pins, right? I just want to change this pin to 1. So what I can do is I can do it as pin B, sorry, port B O equal to 0B 001 0000, right? So this is making port B pin 5 high, and then I have to wait for a while. Let's do it as underscore delay underscore ms. So this is the function. Let's set it to 500 milliseconds delay ms, and now I have to set a particular pin to, particular pin in the sense port B pin 5 to low. So one way of doing it is making all this 0, right? I can do it as port B equal to 0B 00000000, right? I can do it like this, but then I will change all the pins, right? I just want to change fifth pin to low. How do I change something to low? I can AND with 0 while rest of the pins are ANDing with 1, right? So for that I can do this one, AND equal to 0B 110, rest of the pins 11 11 1, right? So these bits won't change when, so bit 0 to 4 won't change by ANDing with this one, because when I AND something with 1 it will remain the same. But the fifth pin I'm ANDing with 0, if I AND with 0, that will automatically become 1 irrespective of the previous value, right? Again the next two I'm ANDing with 1 and 1, so the value won't change, right? So this is how I make port B pin 5 low, right? And again I'm going to wait for a while, so I'm going to wait for the same time, right? And then it will keep on running. So when if I want to build the program, I will go to build solution. Oh, there is an error. It's good that we got the error, right? So now there's an error. It says delay ms is not identified. That is because I haven't included the header file required for delay ms. So for that I have to include utility delay.h, right? Let's go to build solution. Right now it is successful. Right. So how am I going to check this? This is working. One way is to use the Proteus simulator, or else the other way is to go to the debugger and see, right? I'll try to go to the Proteus simulator. Right now I will set my file to studio. Okay, if I run this program, we should be able to see this LED blinking, right? Is it clear now? First part. Okay, I'm gonna stop the simulation, and yeah, I'll just leave this. And now my second task is to write a program to make the LED respond to a push button, right? Make the LED respond to a push button. Now, change this, right? Okay. Now, how do I make the LED respond to a push button? So I have flowchart given here. So in that, I have one input and one output, right? So my output is for the LED and my input is from the push button, right? So I have to set the data direction of the pins that those two are getting attached to the microcontroller, right? So here I'm going to attach LED. It is already attached to port B pin 5, and I'm going to attach the push button to port B pin 0, right? So as the first step, I have to set the data direction of port B pin 5 and port B pin 0, right? And then if true, it goes in, and if false, it will stop. That means this is the while loop, never ending while loop. Inside that, I'm gonna check if port B pin 0 is high. That means if the push button is pressed, right? If the push button is pressed, then my port will be high. So if my port is high, I'm gonna turn on the LED. So if my port is low, I'm gonna turn off the LED, right? Now here's another important thing. Now in this one, I'm considering port B pin 0 is high, but in certain occasions when the button is pressed, even port B pin 0 can be low based on whether it's pulled up or pulled to the ground, right? So I will discuss it in a while. So here, when the push button is pressed, the pin is becoming high. So if the pin is high, I'm going to turn the LED on, or I'm going to set the port B pin 5 high. And if the value of the push button or the pin attached to the push button is low, I'm going to turn off the LED, right? So that is my program. So as the first step, I have to set the data direction of the port, right? So let's set the data direction. Okay. Now, here in the previous example, we have set the data direction to output for this pin 5, and the rest of the ones are input. So this will work, right? This will work. So in this one, in this one, I have set only this one to output. So I have to set this to input as well. So in that case, probably I have to set DDRB and equal to 0B 11111110. Right? Here I'm setting this one to 0, and rest I'm not going to change, right? Rest of the ones remain same. I'm going to set only this one to 0. In this one, rest of the ones remains the same. Pin 5 is becoming 1. So in this case, rest of the pins will not change. Pin 0 will become 0, right? I can say set pin 5 as output. In this case, set pin 0 as input. And then now I don't need this. Inside the while loop, I have to check if the push button is pressed, right? Push button is attached to port B pin 0. I have to check whether port B pin 0 is high or not, right? In order to do that, I have to write an if condition, right? If it is high, I'm going to do something else. I'm going to do something else, right? So if push button is pressed, I'm going to do something. Let's say I'm going to say, for this is for now, right? For the understanding, I'm going to say if push button is pressed, I'm going to turn the LED on. So how did I turn the LED on? Port B O equal to 0B 001 00 000, right? And if push button is not pressed, that means if the pin is 0, I'm going to turn off the LED, right? Port B and equal to 0B 11 0 11 11 1, right? That is turn LED off. Right. Now, how do I check if the push button is pressed? In Atmel microcontrollers, there is data direction register, there is input register, sorry, output register. Output register is port. There is a separate input register, unlike the PIC microcontrollers, right? In PIC microcontrollers, you had TRISC register and the port register. Port register does the input and output both. But in this case, I have a data direction register and output register as port, and input register is named as pin, right? Input register is named as pin. So if I want to check port B, pin 5, I have to check pin B register. Pin B is a register name. I have to check the pin B register. So if pin B, I'm going to isolate now pin 5, right? So I have to isolate the pin 5. For that, I'm going to make this AND with 0B 0B 001 00 right? So if I do this, right, no matter what is the value of any of the other pins, those values will become 0 when I AND with this, right? Only the value which is in pin 5 will remain, right? Now, for example, let me write it down. Let's say pin B is, pin B register's value is 0 0 1 1 0 1 0 0, right? If the value is like this, if I AND with 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 0, right? If I AND with this, then irrespective of these values, AND value will be 0, right? This one will be 0, this one will be 0, this one will be 0, this one will be 0. And with this one, whatever the value here will remain, right? So if this is 1, that is 1. This one will be 0, this one will be 0, right? Now let's say if this value was 0, right? If this value was 0, if this value was 0, when you AND with 1, still this one will become 0, right? What does that mean? That means, okay, just give me a second. Okay. There was a, let's say 1 here, and if the fifth pin one, let's say that value is x, x can be 1 or 0, and I'm ANDing with 1 here, right? So in this case, now this one will be 0, 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 and this one we don't know the value. Right now, when I end with this, whatever the value here will come here, right? Either if it is 1 or 0, it doesn't matter, whatever the value will come here, right? Then now if this value is 1, this whole thing will become non-zero, right? If this value is 1, that means if pin is high, when you end with this one will become non-zero, right? Non-zero, right? If this is 1, then this one will become 1, so this will be non-zero, right? And if this value is 0, let's say if this value is 0, then this will become 0, and then the value is, right? Then the value is 0, right? In logical terms, right? In logical terms, when something is 0, that we consider as logical false, right? Logic is only true or false, right? When something is 0, the logic is false. When something is non-zero, whether it is positive or negative doesn't matter. When something is non-zero, the logical value is true, right? So when I do this particular operation, right, pin B and 0B001 00000, when I do this, if pin 5 value is 1, then this answer will become non-zero, right? If this is 1, then non-zero, right? Because my answer will be like this, right? So this value is non-zero. So if it is non-zero, then in logical terms, that becomes true, right? Right? That becomes true. If it is true, this will come into this and turn on the LED, right? That means if pin 5 is 1, this AND operation will be non-zero. It will come here and turn on the LED. And if it is low, like, or if pin 5 is 0, then this value will be 0. If that value is 0, then it will, in case, it will jump onto here, right? If that value is 0, then logical value will be 0, false, right? So 0 will correspond to false, and it will jump into this one, and this will turn off the LED, right? So pin 5's value is 1. It will be, this answer will be non-zero, that is logically true. So it will come in here and turn on the LED. If pin 5 value is 0, answer of this one will be 0. If that is 0, then logical value will be false. So it will come here and turn off the LED, right? So that is what it will do. So now I have my program ready. We'll see if it does what it is supposed to do. I'm going to use my simulator here, right? So how do I use the simulator? In that, I'm going to go to start the simulator or debugger on from here, right? So if I turn on the debugger, okay, so when I turn it on, I have to select from here this simulator, right? Now the simulator is turned on, and let me see if this is working now. Okay, I go to the main program, and I can set a breakpoint as before, right? Remember, we did it in PIC microcontrollers. So I can set a breakpoint if I want here, and I'm going to set one here and set one here, right? So this is where I check the condition, and this is where I change the values, right? Now we'll see what is the value in port B by checking the pin B register. For that, I'm going to go to debug window, IO window, right? I'll go to the IO window. There, if I go to port B, right, I can now see the values of port B. See, port B value is all zeros. See, all zeros. Right? Now, I can change the values of the pins from here. If I change this to 1, you can see that this value will become 1, right? So if this becomes 1, it should go in here, but in the first run it will not go. We'll see. Okay, now I am gonna step into here to go step by step, right? Now it comes here. Now the value is 1, port value is 1, right? Now port value is 1, so pin B, sorry. Oh no, I have to change this one, not port value, sorry, pin value, input value, right? Now this value is set to 1, and I have to see now, okay, this one is 1. I'm ANDing it with 0B00. Sorry. Yeah, now I have made a mistake. You can see here, I'm ANDing with this one. So I'm not going to check this one. I have to check this one, right? I have to check this. Right? Now, if I had the previous one, right? If I say now I had this one, okay? Now in that case, even though this is 1, when I AND with this 1 will also become 0 when I AND with this one, right? So then because of all these zeros, these values will be 0. So it should go in to this, right? To this, see, right? See, it keeps on going there, even though this value is 1. Why? That is because I have set this one, right? So for that, I have to in fact change this one to the 0th pin, right? For that, let's stop the debugger, go here and change it to this, right? 0th pin to 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Okay. Now if this pin will become 1, the result will be non-zero. If this pin will become 0, the result will be 0, right? Let's run and see. So I'm running the simulator. Okay. Now, currently the pin value is 0. So if I go here, it will go into LED off, right? Now let's change this pin value to 1. Right? When I change the pin value to 1, you can see here it became 1. And now if I go in here, now the value will be pin B and 0B00000001. That answer will become non-zero. In that case, it should go and turn the LED on. See, now it goes and turn the LED on. Right? Now it will keep on turning the LED on until I put unpress the push button. That means when I unpress the push button, this pin value becomes 0, right? That pin's value is 0. When that is 0, the answer of this one will be 0. So it will go turn off the LED, right? Now I can stop the simulator and go in here, and first let me build the project once for the sake of completeness. When I press the push button, it's turning on. Okay. Now, the next one is to do the same thing using an interrupt.